Hello, everybody. So now I have a clear mind. Right now we're at 70 degrees, and I'm driving to Dunkin' Donuts to go study. But as I was doing stuff, I don't know how this came to mind, but I know I came up with a title. I forgive you, mom and dad, and brother and sister. I don't have a sister, but I forgive everyone in my family. Give me a second, you guys. I don't know. I hear the ambulance, but it might not even get all the way to over here, so I'm just gonna keep driving. But I just want to say that I forgive my mom and dad. If anyone doesn't know what I'm trying to say, so for the last couple of years, I've had issues with my parents and just like everyone in general. The ambulance is irritating me, but I've had anger towards my parents and just like I blame them for like my brother's suicide and I don't know why cars don't know how to get out of the way. At least the whole front row got out of the way. They're smart. Some people just, I don't know. This is funny because everyone's behind is a. See, that's why you don't drive. That's why I shouldn't drive and make a video because I'll just talk randomly. But as I was saying, this is crazy. The ambulance is going like that with for cars. Anyways, let me start all over. I'm sorry. Let me get my train of thoughts together. So I've always blamed my parents for my brother's suicide. I felt like they didn't do enough. I felt like, they were the parents, so they should have done something. Like, I felt like they didn't try hard enough. I felt like anger towards them. I felt anger towards myself. I felt like I didn't do enough. Um, I felt like um, I felt guilty over myself. Didn't do enough for to help my brother not commit suicide. So in my mind, that was in my conscience. The whole hating my parents. It it definitely like what's the word like separated our relationship. Like it became distant. Like it was a lot of hates. Oh, my hair. There was a lot of hate towards. Why are they beeping? There was a lot of hate towards him. There was a lot of hate towards him from me. So I was thinking about this title, and when I thought about it, I did say, I forgive my parents, but in that sense, it's like I'm talking about it from this perspective, where it could be like, I don't know, some people might think of it as offensive, like, okay, you're the one that distance yourself, you're the one that fought, you hope they forgive you. And yes, like, of course, I hope my parents forgive me, for treating them like shit, blaming them for my brother's suicide. Like, I guess in that sense, yeah, like, I hope they forgive me for that. But at the same time, it's like, I forgive them. Now, I don't know if they'll forgive me for that, but all I know is that I hope they forgive me for me doing that action. Now, where I blame them for my brother's suicide because they're the parents and they didn't. I feel like they didn't do enough. So, in that sense, where it's like, if you think like, oh, shouldn't it be that they should forgive you, or us that they forgive you? Yes, but is that gonna happen? Do they even forgive me? Do they even care about that like that? Do they even see that as that? I don't know. That's the thing. So I cannot say that I hope that they forgive me, because that's not the topic. The topic is I hope I forgive them, because I understand now like why the whole situation was like, what's the word, impossible to stop. It was inedible. Like, I feel like what I've been through this week, and I have not talked about it with anybody, like, but it was just like it got me so depressed, like, and it just made me like just realize things. So my cousin's like a recovering drug addict. She she she's been to rehab, like by law, by court order. She's been in rehab, and then like she's gotten help, and then she's seen therapists in rehab, all the things they provide in rehab, to help you become a better member of society. So, starting the year, my cousin, she got a job. She was buying things for herself, for her sisters, and then like recently, like January, we're already in April. She started using again, and she started using methamphetamine. So she started acting bizarre. Like right now, she's in that stage where she has euphoria, where she's like all excited and happy, and like she doesn't sleep, and like I know when it comes to that, that's the first step, and then like there's withdrawal symptoms, and then there's anger, there's hallucinations. So when she started having hallucinations, we had issues. I had issues, like, because on Monday she started acting weird. Today, I want to remind you guys, it's Sunday. She started acting weird, but I don't know, like, and then like she wasn't sleeping. I felt like she wasn't sleeping, and I just been like, I was stressed out like the whole week because you know, as you guys know, I have, or maybe you guys don't know, but like I suffer from mental health. As she suffers from mental health, I suffer from mental health. So her being on drugs like makes me like more paranoid. Like my mind is like, I felt like either she was trying to kill me or she was trying to poison me. In my mind, that was it. And my mind like felt that she was trying to poison me, and this and that. I didn't tell that to anyone, right? Like that's just something I just keep to myself, because I don't feel like, especially that's weird, and that's like something dramatic, and just like, I don't know, that's a like complicated issue. But I felt that, and then like, and then and then what happened? Oh, then on Friday, like I didn't go to school on Friday, but like I woke up. I left at school. No, I wanted to do an oil change like around 1 p.m. I woke up early, but not that early, and then she left work early. She's been to work late all this week. Like by 5 minutes, she's been late, which is doesn't make sense to me. Like, you know, I thought, it's like she's trying to get better, but then like, I mean, she has a job and she's never been late, and now this whole week she was late and didn't sleep. It's like, okay, I understand if you're not sleeping, but like at the same time, if you're not sleeping, why aren't you at work at the exact time? It's like, because I take her to work. She doesn't drive, so I wake up really early to take her to work. Even though I'm like freaking tired when I wake up. But so then Friday came, she didn't let me sleep, and I wasn't saying anything. I was like, just like whatever, like, and then she got in a fight with my brother's girlfriend, and then I don't know what happened, but my brother said he was gonna beat her up if she like touched his girlfriend or whatever. So I have no idea what happened, but it's like I was like, and I didn't want to get involved because it was between them and my cousin, and I felt like I don't. So then Friday comes, and like, I don't know, I just got scared. Like on Friday I was like, damn it, like I slept and woke up like so many times, and I have school on Saturdays. I'm taking like Spanish too. So during during school, I was so embarrassed because I went to sleep during PowerPoint. So, how to explain this? I fell asleep during class on Saturday, and I was so embarrassed. You know, I slept like for a good amount, but like I was so embarrassed because even the professor said like some people are like this. Yeah, we know that this PowerPoint is boring. Some people are here already. I see you sleeping, and I want to remind you guys, this is like a class with only like 7 students that day on this Saturday. So I was so embarrassed and like I was just so pissed off, you know, and because my cousin didn't let me sleep, and I didn't want to say anything, especially because you cannot like have a logic conversation with someone that's already when they're high. You can't have a logic conversation. So it's like I can't do anything, like whether I want to have a logic conversation or not, I can't. So what happened is I just went throughout the night trying to sleep, and then she didn't let me sleep. And then I went to school, and then Saturday, what happened? She's like, "Oh, I'm going with my friend." I was like, "Okay, that's fine." So she didn't come back to Sunday, which was today. So today, like, I woke up really early, like not that early. I woke up like at 10, and then like I ate, and then like I felt tired still. I was like, damn, I feel tired. Like I guess I'm gonna go to sleep. And then she was like there, like laughing, like with euphoria. I wish I could explain to you how it feels. I feel, I know how it feels to have like that excitement out of nowhere. It's like, where you have it and you can't control it. I know how it feels like. So I don't know, like, how do I say it? Like, how do I explain this? So she was having like this moment of excitement. She's been having it like constantly, in and out, in and out, and I've experienced it before, so I know how it feels. So so what happened is that I just got tired of it. Like I was already knocking out. She woke me up. I grabbed her by the hair. I told her, "Get the fuck out of here. I don't want you here." Fucking, hi. I told him, "Oh," I told her, I found your fucking pipe." I told her, and I found it. I'm like, I know that you're fucking high. So before that, on Friday, and I didn't say anything on Friday either, but because I didn't want to go through her stuff, right? Like, so my mom was like, "Oh, this and that," like and I told her, "Oh, help me find like something like." So basically, like we checked like her things, and then we didn't find any. I found the aluminum, which is considered methamphetamine, or like any type of like white powder, right? So I found the two aluminums. So I mean, she used 2 times, and I found the what's that thing he called? I don't know, the pookie. I found that. So I found that, and I told my mom, because my mom was like searching through her stuff, and she's like, "Oh, she has here's her pipes." When in my mind, when I heard pipes, I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like she doesn't have more than one pipe. She only has one. And then if it's another thing, it's not even a pipe. So I checked it, and I told her, "Here, break it, throw it to the trash, or do something with it, but I don't want it in this house." And then I saw the one with where she smokes weed, and it had white powder, and it didn't smell like weed. So I think right now she's sleeping. Like I haven't been able to leave the house to study or do anything, just because I feel like I have to take care of her. I feel like I need to take care of her. I feel like it's because she's at a risk that she's a danger to others and to herself when it comes to that. And the police isn't gonna do anything about it. So I mean, I don't even. To me, I wouldn't even bother calling the police. Like up to this point, is like either I don't know, because like when we were dealing with this, like in the beginning, like I've called the police, and the police would never do anything about it. Which I thought it was weird. Like I never knew it was like the law wise. I felt like if they're a danger to yourself, the police is not doing anything about it, that seemed like like, oh my god, to me, like, you're not gonna do anything about it. That seemed like very shocking to me. And that's the problem we have with LA County police, or just like, yeah, LA County police. Like, they're idiots, like, not all of them. Like, there's good police out there, but for the majority, like, I don't know, they have too much in their plate. Like, I've even told them, like, if you don't arrest my cousin and then someone dies because of it, you're gonna be the blame for it, because I've called you, and so on. And that's when you pressure them into, because they realize that, okay, like, they are a pressure. They are pressuring me, so I kind of have to do something about it. And but we so I found my mom found the pipe, like, on at night. And then I think, oh yeah, when she left, when did she leave? Saturday night. Yeah, when we came back. Okay, because my mom came Saturday night, and she said she was leaving, so she left her bag, and she didn't come to the night. That's when my mom was like, oh, well, I don't know, we just brought up the conversation. And then that's when I was like, oh, let's search her stuff, like, we'll see if she has something. And we did find the pipe where you smoke off meth. And then, like, okay, so back to the story today. So what happened is, like, I was sleeping. I was like in a kind of deep sleep, and she woke me up, and I grabbed her by the hair, and I went like bam, and she was like, what the hell? And I told her, you know what, you haven't been letting me sleep since Monday. Like, I told her, I'm tired of it. Like, I had class yesterday and I couldn't focus on school, and I'm trying to sleep right now because I had a stressful day in class. And I told her, and I know that you're high, and I don't appreciate that. I told her, you're beautiful and you don't care about yourself, which is wrong. And I love your sisters, and I wish your sisters, didn't have to experience this. I wish your mom didn't have to experience this. I wish your mom did. I haven't told your mom that you're high, and that you're using again. And then I'm like, if you're gonna be high, get the fuck out of here. I don't want you in this house, I told her like that. I don't want you in this house if you're gonna be high, like. But I haven't told my aunts. Like, I feel like, it's like, why get her depressed? Like, why get her? Because I know how it feels. I feel like, and I told her, I know how your mom feels now. Like, I told her, you're not even my family, but I still feel like sad over this whole situation. And I was like, I still didn't reason with her. I mean, I still, like, I didn't want to tell her much. I didn't want to even say anything because I knew she was high. Even though she knows even though she's high, she still comprehends, she still comprehends. Okay, let me see. She's high, and she's like this, but she still comprehends up to a certain point how it feels to be like this. So I just felt like what's the word? I felt stressed over the whole situation, and I felt like, yes, I was wrong for hitting her, for, like, I reacted, like, in a really bad way. And I don't know, like, I will apologize to her, but, like, I don't know, I just hope she gets better. Like, I don't know, I just hope the best for her, like I told because my brother and my best friend were talking about it, about the whole situation. They're like, damn, my best friend was like, oh, she looks really high. And I was like, I know, but what can you do about it? Like, she's high. It's like, you can't really stop an addict from being an addict. An addict will always be an addict. Yeah, they might be sober for what, 1 year, 10 years, but eventually they're gonna be addicts. It's like it's a behavior that you know you're in a fight with every day in your life, and if you suffer from addiction, that's a fight every day, not to do, like step on that. Like I've like I suffer from addiction before. Like compulsive behavior. Addiction is a behavior. A behavior can be changed, but at the same time, like it still could come back. It's just a whole complicated issue with psychology. But you know, what I used to do is like gamble like my parents' money. I used to get into their bank account, or like when they used to give me money to go pay the light, the gas. I used to gamble that money and buy like things to gamble with, and it sucked very much. And I used to spend my whole paycheck, and like what I blame therapy for that. Because of my therapist. I kind of like um got an attachment towards gambling, but that's another whole story. Like you know blah 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 blah. And so I told him like, it's like, what can you do? And like all this has made me realize, back to now the ending, we're coming to a conclusion. Because I've been doing a lot of summary essay writing in my classes. So to conclude, I just wanted to say that when when um when we put all this together, I realized that my parents weren't, they weren't blamed for my brother's suicide. It's like me saying like, you know, I helped my cousin so much to get better and like have a job and like be the best person she could be, and yet she's using again. So like, what did they tell me? Like, oh, you didn't try enough. How am I supposed to feel like if someone told me that? Like, and I feel like guilt. I feel like, am I not trying to? Am I being too soft on her? And it's like, I don't even know. Like, to me, it's like when it comes to that topic, my head is empty. Like, I don't even know how to handle the situation. I failing my cousin like I failed my brother, and then it's like, I just tell myself, when my brother committed suicide, but like, it was a whole situation that everyone's to blame for it, but not everyone blame for. Like, my parents played in a part, but at the same time, it's like there's so much that they could have done to help them. So, you know, um, they tried, and they cannot be blamed for that. So at the end of the day, it's like, I feel like my eyes open more, like they're open more, like um, I hope the donut's open, but I feel like if they're open now, like I could what's the word? I feel like I can move on past this. I think like I feel like I could move from like that forgiveness towards my parents. My brother's suicide is still difficult to deal with, but like I feel like that part where I forgive my parents and my brother, something I could move on from now. Like that's how life is, like at the same time, like if we would have stopped my brother from committing suicide before his birthday, it's like, it's like um hey, what was I saying? Oh, eventually, like he would have still done it. Like there's so much you could do to help a person, but if they can't control it, or something like this, they do it because of stress, like something unstoppable. And I just want people to realize that. That's why I make these videos. I don't make them like to feel sympathy. I don't make them to feel like shock value. Like I'm just saying it because this is live. And then like you know, I feel like I don't know, just like this whole situation is like stressing me out, and I feel like stressed out. But let me just tell you guys this, like also like if you find like always check up on your kids, always check up on your family member, and I know this might sound wrong, but look for look at your family members, go through their stuff. If you're feeling like, if you feel like they're going through stuff, go through their stuff. If you feel like your family members acting weird, look through their stuff. That's the most important thing. Like I said, I went through my cousin's stuff, even though like she's my cousin and I shouldn't go through her stuff. I went through her stuff, and I gave that, oh, my mom took that that pipe away from her, and I don't know what she did with it, but she took it away. And then we went through her stuff. You know, if we didn't go through her stuff, we wouldn't know, like, kind of know sense what she was going through. And now we know, and now we know that what the symptoms are gonna be for us, like for the next couple of weeks. We're gonna have to like deal with her depression and then withdrawal symptoms, anxiety, and all this. And it's like there's so much I could handle. You know, I could, the euphoria, you know, the happiness I could handle, but like the thing that comes after that is something that is gonna stress me out, and I can't handle her anxiety. I cannot be with her with anxiety. So I'm just like, what's to come? What's to come? What's to come? Same with my brother. Like, what what gets to me about my parents and my brother was that I have a brother that's in prison. He's been in prison for like 13 years, and he got a gun when he was a minor, and he like committed homicide. So that this happened 12 years ago, and that's what the case says. You know, obviously I'm not saying that he did it. I'm not sure what happened. I'm just saying from what I've learned, from what I've seen in the court documents, it was homicide, and he was blamed for it, I think, or something like that. But he was blamed for homicide for sure. He got 25 years to life, and then um, and then after that happening, like my mom always told everyone about guns, like no, no to guns, no to guns, no to guns to little kids, you know, this and that. But I'm here. I'm awkward because I'm at Dunkin' Donuts. Okay, sorry. Let me just finish the story. But so going back towards what 2014, what my mom was saying to everyone, like no to guns, no to guns. My brother, who was 17, also, you know, who was 17, you know, because I had a younger brother. When he was 17, he got a gun. From who? I don't know. From where? I don't know. He had a Rover, one of them guns. I don't know who he got it from, but he was 17. My mom didn't look through the room as she should have. She didn't, you know, when she should have looked through her stuff, she didn't. And, you know, my brother ended up committing suicide. You know, if she would have looked through his stuff, you know, she would have probably saved his life in a sense, you know, but we never know. It's just, it's just like a saying, you know, but you never know. He probably, like, it was probably hidden really well. I don't know, like, to be honest. We probably got it the same day. I don't know, but basically, like, based on based on data, like he did get a gun before he was 17. You know, he was, or before he was 18. He was thinking about committing suicide, writing suicide letters before he turned 18. And my parents could have done something about it, and you know, they, like me and everyone, you know, we're busy. You know, I'm stressed with school, I'm stressed with just like life in general. You know, I can't focus on my cousin. You know, I have so much to deal with that I cannot just focus on my cousin. I have to focus on other stuff. And now I understand why, you know, there's so much like there's so much I could handle with my cousin. There's so much negativity I could take in a day. So I feel for them. I feel like now I understand what they were going through as parents. You know, my cousin's my cousin, but still I feel something that's horrible with her, like this pain. And even though she's not my family member, but now I know what my parents went through and trying to help them. And like when you can't help a person like that, they're so negative and you don't want them in your life. And I felt like that, and I don't know, I feel bad, but I feel guilty, I feel sad, so many emotions, and of emotions of overwhelmingness. But back to what I was saying, and I don't know if you guys know the story of me, but like I I I started taking like naked photos of myself when I was like 15. I got my first phone when I was like in 8th grade. And then like I got my first camera when I was like in ninth grade, and that's when I was like, I began to take nude photos, nude videos, and I never knew that was wrong. I never knew that was like dangerous. I never knew that that would affect my life. If my parents would have checked up on me, review my stuff, my computer, my photos, I wouldn't have like, you know, fucked up my life like that. I wouldn't have fucked it up. And and that's back to what I was saying. Like always look through your family member stuff. I felt like if someone would have looked at through my stuff, like maybe I could have changed. Up to this point, like if someone looks through my stuff or like consider changing my behavior, I don't know. Like I still take nude photos. I still like, I'm still in that environment. So I don't know. Like if it were to happen to me where I get discovered and then someone finds like, let's say, a porn video of myself on the internet, would that change my image of me trying to change? I don't know. It hasn't happened to me. Like I think like if you guys see my story, you guys know what I've been through so much that to me I see it like as a live experience. But then I don't know. I felt like I don't know. It's just so confusing. Okay, I need to get out of this car and go. We want lottery tickets. I was gonna buy a lottery ticket, but I don't know. I'm just nervous. I feel like I'm always losing, and I feel like I don't know, like um, I don't feel like I have the energy to make lotto tickets. So, but I love lottery tickets, but I feel like I don't have the energy to just play them. I'm gonna sound depressed, and that's not a good video for a lottery ticket. I don't want to sound depressed in the video. All right, bye, everybody.